Okay, so I am on the east side. I'm in Georgia, in Atlanta, east side. I just wanted to come somewhere that was familiar to me. Damn, y'all, that sun is shining bright, but I will not do this video long. But I wanted to come somewhere that was familiar to me. I grew up normal, little girl, but there was abuse in the home. And for me to break free, I figured, well, since I'm being left on the streets, why not go somewhere where I know it's really spacious, I don't got to worry about too many people bothering me, and I can revisit some of the places where I grew up when I was a little girl here in Georgia. And I learned a lot about Stone Mountain, Georgia, that it was very racist, that people have been trying to fight racism here for a very long time. So it doesn't surprise me that they tried to pull the same racist operations on me in Georgia. When you get to be older, when you get to be an older woman, you realize you're gonna have to sell out or they're gonna be abusing you one way or the other. It don't matter where you went to school, it don't matter where you grew up, you gonna sell out and worship these white folks, or they're gonna be abusing you and your kids and trying to treat your black femininity as a curse. You know, like you just a whore walking around. No, I'm not. I'm a black woman who's been fighting for my rights as a black woman, and I'm being left outside on the streets because of it. So, I know this area, and I know it's probably going to be setups all over the place because I kept mentioning that I was going to come to the east side, and this is where a lot of my family resided, on the east side. And I'm not stupid. I was smart when I first said that they was going to try to set me up. When I came to Atlanta, I already knew God already told me they're going to try to set me up all over America. So I already know that my enemies will just be a stepping stone, because ain't nobody really trying to really help me like that, and they Satanists. They worship white people, so they got to try to turn it around on the black woman. I was being abused, my son was being abused, and I'm pregnant, and they need to try their fucking hardest to make us lose. Everybody, white people, Hispanic, everybody that worship them need to try to make it seem like, oh, her white baby daddy come in the house attacking her. Ain't no big deal. Let's just keep persecuting her, leave her out on the streets until we can say it's over. I even have black pastors trying to tell me it's over, but God said it ain't over. God said he going to prison. You're not going to mess up my life. You're not going to mess up my kids' life. You're not going to fuck up my pregnancy. You're not going to do all this abuse to us and then tell me it's over. We're going to keep abusing you because of what you did protecting yourself, and then tell me it's over. It ain't over until I say it's over, and it ain't over until you in a goddamn jail cell for abusing me. Then we could say it's over. So anyway, I just got to let the Lord win this battle, because when you got the entire country trying to fight against you for protecting yourself from your white baby daddy, all you got to do is just leave it in God's hands, because that's how racist they are. That is how racist they are. That they go sit and try to fight you for a white man beating up on you. Oh, he King Tut. He King Tut. They have all y'all bound down worshiping him. But his King Tut ass can't go into a motherfucking jail cell because God said that you a man, right? So what you doing hitting on women? You such a fucking man. So where you got gang members out there trying to kill your baby mama. You such a fucking man to where you got black men bowing down to worship you, to go and try to murder your own child in your baby mama womb. But you not man enough to take that charge though. All of a sudden you the sweet little victim. No. And black women ought to be ashamed. Sitting around trying to hurt another black woman that's pregnant for white people. But you know what? That it shows you the mentality of black women. Their mindset is just too far gone. They want to be accepted so fucking bad. So I'm going to post some links for one of my other channels about my life, so people could understand how could her family do that to her. How could her family have allowed her to been pregnant, walking around this long, released out of that jail, tortured like that, and not have given her a place to stay and fought that system with her? Why did they not stand up for this girl while they was back there torturing her and that baby in that jail? Why did they allow these people to illegally take her child? Why are they allowing her to be dragging that suitcase all over the country and she's pregnant? What kind of people, what kind of monsters would allow that to happen to their own family member? And what kind of monsters would even try to get on her social media and try to stop her from crying out for help from other countries? So I did a reality series, and it was called Child Abduction, and they deleted my channel. My entire channel was about Cynthia Olvera abducting my child from me through litigation abuse, through fraudulent documents, fraudulent witness statements, withholding and tampering with evidence concerning her son abusing me and my child while I was in this jail for protecting myself. And they dismissed the charges on me. Took my home, took my child, and have my whole family in the entire country trying to persecute me as an African-American woman, pregnant and abused on the streets. And I've been going from place to place, putting out the evidence with them trying to sabotage me and kiss up to white America. So I did a little bit of biography about myself, about my life, since I am the #1 civil rights leader in the country right now. I went on ahead and I did some episodes to tell you about my childhood, the abuse that I went through with my family, because when your family won't stand up for somebody abusing you, it's because they was doing it too. Whether it was physical, psychological, financial, they were abusers as well. And see, when your family abuse you and you get away and you got your little apartment with your son and they can't touch you and fuck you up like they want to, when they see that the whole fucking city of Conroe is against her because she's got a baby by this white male that's abusing her, you think your abusive family gonna come in and have your back? They look at it as an opportunity to destroy you. They look at it as an opportunity to finally see something bad happen to you, which is what they always wanted to happen to you. And the women in my family, they'll be like, oh, they got their shit together, they got this together, but all the time that I lived with them, all they did was abuse me and stop me from being able to do things that I wanted to do with my life by having me out on the streets when I was just a little girl. So I'm going to post the links of those episodes from my other channel to kind of give y'all a little understanding of what kind of family would allow these people to blood sacrifice their pregnant family member in a jail cell and then let her run around the country begging for help with people lying and saying that she's not pregnant. And I done been in their house and they done seen my stomach and they done felt the baby and they know that I'm pregnant. So I don't got time for that. I'm a very sweet person. Times where I got a calm environment. You can tell that my real true personality started coming out. I'm a very joyful, loving, kind person. But you abusing me, keeping me from my son, and got me dragging it, and it's just racist. Let me just say, blacks in America are racist. Every ethnicity of people in this country is racist. And it's sad that they so fucking cowards. You gonna have to kill me, and that's what God was saying. He was like, oh, no, y'all gonna have to kill Andrea. She not finna bow down to them white people and do what y'all doing. She ain't finna bow down to Satan. Now, if you gonna take my son and keep him in your kingdom, then okay. But you gonna have to kill me before you think that I will allow this to happen to another black woman, and then I stand for the shit. But this is what black people are trying to make our country. So where you gonna let them do whatever they want, and y'all gonna sit around and watch. Ain't no way in hell a black woman come out to jail telling me I done shot my white baby daddy, he was abusing me and my son, they tortured me and my baby, and the baby's still alive, and y'all gonna let her drag her bag across the country. Ain't no way in hell I do no shit like that. So they need people like us dead so they can run this shit the way they want to run it. So these cooning ass blacks can go worship these motherfuckers. I wouldn't do that. I would have took the girl in. I would have been like, hold on, come into my house. You can stay in the living room on the floor. I don't give a damn. You can sleep anywhere up in this house. Don't worry about when you're going to give birth to that baby. Don't worry about it. Just keep your stress levels down, and we're going to put out the information about what they did to you and your baby in that jail. And then we're going to put out the information about the doctors that you went to and the people that refused to help you. Then we need to put out the information on whoever gang members they had doing whatever to you. And how many people you told. The baby heartbeat. Everything. And we're going to help you win your case. We're going to help you get your son. We're going to help you file that lawsuit. That's what I would have did. And I wouldn't have told her, no, you can't have a good time. Yes, you can. You can have a good time. You can live a normal life. Oh, get a job? I'm like, okay, you get a job. When you get a job, I'm not asking you for nothing. I'm helping you. If I'm helping you, then I don't got to ask you for shit. That's a motherfucker that don't really want to help you in the first goddamn place. Talking about, oh, you need to help yourself. No, I would never do that. I'm like, this lady still got that baby in her. She don't need nobody putting no damn pressure on her about no money for shit. She needs somewhere where ain't nobody gonna fuck with her to get her mind right. And not none of that controlling bullshit. I would never take a woman in and then try to put her in a controlled environment. She just got out of an abusive relationship. She don't need to be in no controlled environment. So that's the whole point of lying about the pregnancy and all that shit. And if a young woman came to me saying I'm pregnant, they did all this to me, and they lying about it, I would believe her. So this how they trying to do the country. So they want to kill me. They want to kill victims. They want to kill folks that they owe. God said I got a lawsuit and my baby better be alive. So they want to kill. So black women want to sit up there and help kill somebody instead of standing up for them. You want to help try to murder. And see, that's the difference between having a righteous spirit and having a wicked spirit. So these white women think they're going to ride around in their cars past me knowing that I'm pregnant and knowing that I got a lawsuit against their asses. Like, okay, let's just keep her running around the United States. Let's just keep her running around with the suitcase. Let's just keep her running around going off about the motherfucking shit. And that's bullying because you're going to make somebody snap like that. But I'm not going to snap because they want the reason to kill us. But that's why they trying to get everybody to worship them. They trying to get everybody to worship their ass. And that's sad. Because that's what these black women is doing. They riding past me in their cars, eating and all that shit, knowing that this KKK folk done tortured this black lady, and we should be taking her up inside of the home, man. But they being racist. They want to worship white people, thinking that, oh, that's going to save them. Because I remember when they was trying to kill all of us. And all the black women was screaming and crying out, but everybody done sold out now. So this is Elegance Drive. This is where we moved to with Cedric Brown. My mother, when we moved to Avondale, and my mother got an apartment, and she moved in Cedric Brown, and he started beating on me and my sisters, especially my little sister. And then they got a house over here. And see, I didn't realize that I was being conditioned to be a sex slave. They never kept no food in the house with me. This is what they've been doing to me my whole life. Because she gonna have to leave out of the house and go look for food. And that let people prey on you. And they do that shit on purpose. Always trying to have a male in the house beating on you and hurting you and all that old kind of shit. That's a part of the mind conditioning that they do to young black women. Kept me locked in the fucking house with no fucking food. Yep. I was a straight A student, went to charter schools, special schools, just for being highly intelligent. And I used to have to go to my neighbor's house and beg for food. And this neighborhood seems so much smaller now. So much smaller now. Yep, I remember. And you know, my mother finally left the man. I don't even want to go into details about it. I'm going to post the links of my show. Well, it's just little clips of the places where I was raised and the people who had me, because they not finna come out of the woodwork thinking you gonna discredit Andrea Jones about a motherfucking thing, because I'm telling my whole life story so that none of the abusive people from my past can ever think that you're gonna come and try to help some more abusers continue to abuse me and my kids. We wanna go free. Give me my son, give me my medical care for my pregnancy, and I wanna go free from you people. I don't never want nothing to do with the American people again. I don't never want nothing to do with black people again. I want a restraining order from my baby daddy, and I want a restraining order against his entire family. I don't want his family nowhere near me. Nowhere. So this is like one of these little houses right here is where I went to school. I went to school from Handbrick Elementary, and I stayed out in one of these houses, and I went to school every day from one of these houses. And I'm telling you, man, people used to treat us so fucking bad. Like they were so fucking better than us, because my mother was basically a single mother. Even though she had Cedric in the house, Cedric was from Texas. And they're very racist out there. The black men out there, they worship white people. And I remember my mother used to find him in the living room, find little shit of white women he used to always have, and pornos and shit. And then drinking alcohol, trying to abuse us. And that go from that racist ass mentality. You in here watching pornos of white women when you got my mother as your beautiful African queen. Look way better than all the white women he was lusting after. Ruined his marriage because of that. Sitting around drunk because of them damn demons. And then beating up on her little black girls in there while he in there jacking off, lusting for these white women. Abusing me and my kids. And I said, I'm tired of this racist ass bullshit. So he abused me when I was a little girl for some white women. He abused my mama for some white women because he wanted to lust after white women. And like I said, I was a straight A student. I didn't deserve that shit. I was a little girl. And then America think they gonna do it. My baby daddy think they gonna do it. For what? God done already showed me the white woman, she ain't nothing that I wanna be. And all you black women that's sitting there leaving your sister out here pregnant, cooning for them, you ought to be ashamed of your goddamn self. Because at the end of the day, all this shit gonna backfire. You think you hurting me? Because you team with some white girls? You think you hurting me? You not hurting me. Because the only thing you doing is making me shine like the African queen that I am. And that's why I'm the queen. Because I ain't going to sell myself out.